What's funny is it's going to be less time when this video is all done than it took for me to walk here from my car. Here's something I wish everyone knew when they first create their AWS account. You can get $200 in credits, and you can also get 6 months of free cloud computing, but only if you set it up the right way. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do that in less than 5 minutes, and I'm going to give you a bonus step to make your account extra secure. Let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is open the AWS signup page. I'll have the link in the description so you can easily get to it. Here, I'll enter my email address and an account name. The account name is helpful in case you have multiple AWS accounts down the road. Now I'll check my email for a verification code, and after entering that verification code, it's time to create my password. Okay, here's the really important step, choosing your account plan. For what we're doing today, you definitely want to select the free plan, and here's why it's perfect for getting started. The free plan gives you everything you need to learn AWS, $200 in credits, 6 months of protected access, and free usage of so many services. Here's what I love about it. Your account automatically closes after 6 months, but you can upgrade to a paid plan and still use the AWS credits you've earned in this account. Because your free plan account automatically closes in 6 months, there are no surprise bills, no forgotten subscriptions. It's clean and simple. This is perfect whether you're learning, experimenting, building side projects, or even testing out ideas you might have. You get real AWS services, real cloud computing power, and real experience, all completely risk-free. Go ahead and select the free plan, and that's what we're going to use for this entire video. After this, we'll enter our contact information, which is your full name, organization if you have one, phone number, address, city, state, and postcode. I'm entering US information here, but this will change based on which country you select. All right, I know this is the scary part and where you might be thinking, wait, why do I need to enter my credit card if this is free? AWS requires a payment method for identity verification, but here's what makes this completely safe. First, we're about to set up budget alerts that'll notify you before you hit any spending thresholds. Second, if you're on the free plan, your account automatically closes after 6 months, so no surprise bills. And third, AWS will use your credits before charging your card. So go ahead and enter your payment information. If your billing address is different from what you entered earlier, you can update it here. Next up is identity confirmation. You'll get a code sent to your phone. You can enter it and then wait about 10 seconds for your account to be created. Perfect. Now let's take our first look at the console. You'll see a couple different pop-ups guiding you through this interface. There's a service menu showing all the different AWS services, unified search to help you find what you need, and unified settings where you can even pick up an account color if you end up with multiple accounts. You should see a welcome widget with some really cool tutorials, hosting a website, building applications, and other hands-on guides. There's also the AWS training and certification page for upskilling, and one of my favorites, AWS Builder Center. It's a community where builders create blogs and posts and learn about AWS heroes and community builders, and you can even find AWS events happening near you. If we click over to billing and cost management, you can see you already have your initial $100 for signing up. These do expire, so be aware your expiration date. Mine shows February 19th, 2027, so I have 1 year to use these credits from when I opened my account. There's a whole list of services these credits work with, and this list may change, so make sure you check what's current when you sign up. Okay, let me break down exactly what you're getting with this free plan, because it's honestly pretty amazing. You get $200 in AWS credits. That's real money that you can spend on eligible AWS services. You get 6 months of spend protection, where you can't accidentally rack up charges, and you get free usage tiers on over 30 services that continue even after your 6 months if you upgrade your account to a paid plan. Here's what makes this so perfect for learning. You can build real projects, deploy actual applications, store data, run databases, and experiment with AI and machine learning. All the stuff that would normally cost money, you get to try for completely free. The always free services are really cool too, like things like AWS Lambda gives you 1 million free requests per month, and S3 gives you 5 gigabytes of storage, and DynamoDB gives you 25 gigabytes of database storage. So even after your 6 months, you can keep building small projects at zero cost. And remember, if you somehow go over the limits, your credits kick in automatically to cover the costs. It's designed to be safe for beginners. All right, now here's where we earn our first $20 in AWS credits. Look for the Explore AWS widget. It might take a few minutes to appear, but you'll see 5 different activities you can complete. Each one earns you $20, totaling that extra $100 I mentioned. We're going to start with Setup Cost Budget using AWS budgets. This is perfect because it protects you and earns you credits. Once we click Start, we're brought to a template that's already set up for us. We're using the simplified template, and you can customize it later, but I recommend sticking with this for now. For the template, select Monthly Cost Budget if it isn't already selected. Now we'll create the budget and name it. I'm calling mine New AWS Account Free Tier Activity. The default is $100, but here's a pro tip. You can set this to $20 or even $0 if you want to be alerted about any spend at all. Next, enter your email address as a recipient for budget alerts, and you can add up to 10 email addresses if you want. You'll get notified on 3 conditions. 1, when your actual spend reaches 85% of your budget. 2, when it reaches 100 spend of your budget. 3, if you're forecasted to reach 100 spend. If you set your budget to 0, you'll get all 3 notifications for any spending. And that's it. You've just set up your first budget and earned $20 in credits. Pretty cool. Something that might be really helpful is creating a second budget, a zero spend budget. There's actually a tutorial for this that walks you through setting up alerts, specifically when you exceed AWS free tier limits. I recommend doing this one too, so you get the $20 credit from the activity we just did, plus you have a budget that specifically monitors your free tier usage. Now we're going to add an extra layer of security to your account. We'll set up multi-factor authentication, MFA, on your root user. We'll create a new IAM user, and we'll add MFA to that user too. This follows AWS best practices and keeps your account extra safe. Go ahead and type IAM in the search bar and click on IAM. You'll see security recommendations for your account, and one of them is Add MFA for a root user. Thankfully, there's an Add MFA button right here, so let's click that. You'll see options for device name and MFA device type. There are 3 choices: passkey or security key, authenticator app, or hardware token. I'm going with authenticator app. It's pretty common and easy to set up. There are several authenticator apps that you can use. Click the link right above the QR code to see which apps work with Android or iPhone. If you use MFA with a mobile app, yours might be listed here already. Now scan the QR code with your authenticator app, enter the first code, wait 30 seconds for a new code, and then enter that one too. And perfect. Now your root user has MFA protection. But wait, let's not stop there. You want to create an IAM user for daily use. This follows AWS best practices because you should only use the root user for specific tasks like account changes or signing up for GovCloud, registering as a reserved instance seller in the marketplace, and other tasks that require the root user. I'll add a link in the description so you know what those tasks are. In the IAM console, click on Users in the left sidebar. Then Create User. I'll name mine Aaron since that's me. Make sure to check Provide User Access to the AWS Management Console and create a custom password. Since this user is just for me, I'm going to uncheck User Must Create a New Password at First Sign-In. For permissions, we'll attach the Administrator Access policy directly. The orange box next to the policy means they're AWS managed policies. If you create your own policy, you won't see the orange box. Go ahead and review everything and then create the user. But here's a really important step. After you create the user, you're given the option to download a CSV. So make sure to download the CSV with the user details, which includes the username, the password, and the console sign-in that has your account ID. Now I'm going to sign out of the root user and back in with my new IAM user that we just created. When signing in with an IAM user, you need the account ID, which is in that CSV you just downloaded. Once you're signed in as your IAM user, go back to IAM, click on Users, select Yourself, and go to the Security Credentials tab. Scroll down to the MFA section and click Add MFA Device. It's the same process as the root user. Authenticator app, different device name to avoid conflicts though, so keep that in mind. And then you want to scan the QR code, enter your two codes 30 seconds apart, and you're done. Do you remember that Explore AWS widget we saw earlier? It might take up to 30 minutes for your completed budget activity to show up. But once it does, you'll see 1 of 5 activities completed and 20 of $100 earned. Here are the 4 remaining activities to get you your full $200 in AWS credits. The first one is launch an EC2 instance. This walks you through creating your first virtual server on AWS. The second is use Amazon Bedrock Playground, where you can try out AI foundation models. The third is create a web app with AWS Lambda, building serverless applications. And the fourth, create an Aurora or RDS database, so you can set up managed databases. Each one takes about 5 to 10 minutes and earns you $20 each. So that's an extra $80 to add to your $120 you already have, bringing you to the full $200. If you want to see what services are available on the free tier, you can filter the AWS Services page, click the filter button, and select Free Plan to see everything that's included. There's EC2, S3, RDS, DynamoDB, and many others. You can search within these services or click Show More to see the complete list. It's really helpful for planning your projects to know which services are available here. All right, now that you got your account set up, here's what I recommend. First, complete those remaining 4 activities to get your full $200 in credits. Second, check out the free tier FAQs if you have any questions. They cover free and paid plan questions, regional availability questions, and even existing customers. And remember, if you don't see your credits show up immediately, be patient. It could take up to 30 minutes for them to appear in your account. And the AWS Builder Center that I mentioned earlier is a great place to find tutorials and connect with other builders. Plus, you get to even write your own blog posts once you start building cool stuff. And that's it. Now you have a fully secured AWS account on the free plan, budget alerts notifying you from surprise charges, and you know exactly how to earn the full $200 in AWS credits. Let me know in the comments which of the remaining 4 activities you'd like to see me walk through next. I'm thinking maybe the EC2 instance launch might be good for follow-up, since that's usually the first thing people want to try. Happy building, and I'll see you in the next video.